What up, y'all? Back again. Today, I just want to go over like some stuff so far as like, first of all, the narcissists are the biggest babies. They really are like little 6-year-old toddlers, man, that have never grown up, that will never change. That's why they're always messy. Narcissists are messy, and they're petty. They're petty and messy, and those two go together. Because they'll make a big deal out of nothing, for one. And two, they'll slop all the damn mud from the pig pen in it for no damn reason. Why? Because they need supply. So keep that in mind. Because if you need a red flag for a narcissist, it's they're petty and they're sloppy. And they will do all that crap for supply, and that's how a little like 5-year-old would act, shaking that little what was that little thing they would have with the little ball in the handle? It'd be like have little balls inside of it. Anyway, yeah, they're petty, man, and they're messy. And they will create so many problems for you. That's why if you have any kind of investments, you don't ever want to be with a narcissist. And people that are savvy on to knowing what a destructive looking narcissist looks and acts like, you know, there's nothing that anybody could do. That individual that has those savvy investments are just never going to go out with a narcissist, no matter how good they look. And so, you know, what else I wanted to talk about was when you're trying to break the trauma bond and stuff, you want to break it before they do. Meaning, quit going back to them. Because if you keep going back to them, you know, just as much as you're weaning off that nipple, they're kind of weaning off you too. And the worst thing that could happen is that they get over you before you get over them, and they break away from you when they say they're finished. You want to be the one to do that. And that's why you can't keep going back to them. You know, because, you know, somebody wrote in the comments that I read somewhere else, not even on my channel, but that, you know, when they really wanted like a good time, they'd go back to the narcissist for like one day or just a couple days, and they would have like an excellent time. And then they made it sound like after that they would ditch the narcissist or whatever, or they would just like never contact them back for a while. Almost like secondary or tertiary supply kind of thing is what he was getting at. But the thing with that is you got to understand, to disconnect from the narcissist, it takes if you're weaning off of them, meaning like you can't handle like just disappearing like forever, and you know, but weaning off of them is, if you don't have that kind of willpower, then you're gonna wean off them. You know, like you might see them, you know, might see as far as you can go, basically, before you run through another cycle. And then when you start a cycle with them, make it as short as possible. I mean, that would be the idea, but if you're weaning because you don't have will enough, and I'm not making fun of that or anything, I'm just saying that happens as well, but it will get you to wean off of them. But don't do it because you want to have a good day, because the problem with that is, because you will have the narcissist break the trauma bond, because they're trauma bonded too, but they'll break it before you sometimes. I mean, they, you know, can wave it in your face, I'll say that, and sometimes you could be weak when that happens. So, I mean, you never want to set yourself up for failure, so don't do it. And the other thing is one day with the narcissist that this guy was talking about, that gives like the narcissist locks you back in for another 4 months, 4 or 5 months, maybe even a year, depending on who you are, you know, because it triggers all those things back into you. And it also adds to the trauma in your life that you're trying to heal from, you know. So if you have some healing from abuse, right? You're going to go back to that abuser. And maybe that abuser is not abusing you on that one day that you're with them. But, they do have these, they do have witchcraft. And so their witchcraft and their seduction and all the things that come with them, well, we could even call it their vibration. How about that? For people who don't want to believe in some of those type of things, then you can name it different things. Because, people in the world that don't want to believe the spiritual side of things, you can name it something else. And that's cool, because you'll usually get to the same, that's cool. You'll usually get to the same understanding. In most cases, but not all. I think that when you can get to a point to where you understand it's a spiritual issue, that you can heal quicker and faster because you know what you're dealing with. And you also know that that it's not going to change because whatever it is resides inside them. Okay? And so, how are you can't, it's not like you're going to train somebody from humankind or mankind to act better or act right. Or you can teach them, like you could teach somebody to go to the gym and start lifting more heavy weights from time to time. That's not how a narcissist works. A narcissist has something inside them that you can't train. You don't want to train anything anyway. But even if you could help them, even if you think you could, you can't. But my point is when you've had dealing with trauma and stuff, they always bring that stuff back up, even if you're with them on a good day. It's just their vibration. And they're going to be sucking off of you. Don't forget that. It may feel good for a day, but tomorrow comes or the next day comes and the next, 4 or 5 days go by and you're going to see that you're going to have a price to pay for that. The price to pay for that is going to be in relation to that vibration. Like when you do things or with a narcissist, that their vibration jumps onto you and they take your vibration, right? Because they're going to be switching that energy. A lot of times, unbeknownst to you sometimes, well, I'll put it to you like this. You can usually control it. When you're just dealing with them on an energy level, like if they want to start a fight and you don't chime in with them. But when you're talking about somebody who wants to hang out with a narcissist and have a fantastic day, you're talking about having sex with them. And when you're talking about having sex with a narcissist, that is that's the easiest way for them to transfer that energy and the longest. Because, you're going to be doing that for a while, right? So all that time you're doing that, man, it's switching. Not to mention, you either are, in something or it's in you, depending on who I'm talking to here. You understand my point. And you do not want something that is demonic around your body, because your body is your temple. Well, at least it's supposed to be. And we should really be aiming for those types of things in our life, that kind of stature, So, whenever you do that, you're going to go through a time of burden. That burden comes right after that. Yeah, you might have one good day, but what happens tomorrow? You get a flat tire. What happens the next day? You get a bill for $1,000 of something that you owed a long time ago. This is what happens when you're with the narcissist, man. I'm not kidding. This type of stuff, man. So it'll go on, and you're going to reap the harvest of what you've sown. So don't think you're going to get away with it. And this is something that everybody should be aware. Also the thing is this kind of makes me think of Delilah and Samson and Delilah, man, right? It's like he was like, no, I got this. I can go hang out with this girl and be in the lap of luxury, and then I can go do whatever I'm going to do because I'm playing her. Little did he know, at some point, she was playing him, and what happened to him, he he was God's powerful judge that got taken down by Delilah. Over time, she chipped away at him, and then it wasn't funny anymore when they burnt his eyes out and clipped his hair, and God, it was God's judge, so God raised him back up because, again, right, innately, that was his destiny. And see, you have a destiny too, and that's why I say that the narcissist is the nemesis to you, the superhero. That's the role that you and the narcissist play. And so you got to be vigilant when you're in the presence of the enemy, much less you don't want to let them in your house. It's kind of like Superman playing with kryptonite, okay? Or carrying kryptonite in some kind of a lock box. And he's like, I'm cool, man, because it can't get out and hurt me. It's a special box. Yeah, well, one day, some idiot is going to open that box, or it's going to fall and break open, and it's going to kill Superman. So, don't play with the narcissist. And if you're Superman, don't play with the kryptonite. So, give me a like, a thumbs up. And until next time, soldier up. Peace.